welcome back everybody to Bertie Budget channel. So, what we're doing today, well, not a lot because it's bloody freezing, but we are going to try and do something. I really want to crack on and start trying to get this Zontes frame turned into a motorbike. Work has slowed down in Bertie Budget Towers, unfortunately, partly due to the weather, because it's too bloody cold to work outside, but also some personal legal issues that I'm dealing with is not leaving me an awful lot of time to work on bikes. However, I am going to try and get a few bits and pieces done. I want to get this frame standing up on its own, and to that end I've moved the donor bike out into the garden, which is under that knackered tarpaulin, so I can take the parts off that as and when I want. And in fact I've already started doing that, because the centre stand is there, which wants cleaning and rubbing down and painting, so we can get that on the bike. What else? There was something else I took off, but I can't remember. Oh yeah, the side stand. Oh, it's over there, look, on that cabinet. I knew there was something else. So we are going to get them cleaned up and painted. The next job will probably be those forks which are over there. We'll get them torn down because we need the yoke to put on the front of that, and then get it up on its front wheel. So if it's got its forks and its front wheel and its centre stand, it's a start, and it could stand there and sort of slowly become a motorbike. But what I'm going to do now, I'm not going to film because A, I can't be bothered, and C, it won't be interesting, but I'm just going to get that stand rubbed down, cleaned, potentially fitted to the bike, and yeah, we'll bring you back as and when this starts progressing. So thanks guys for the time being. Cheers. Right, and fast forward an hour, and we have painted that stand. It's hanging up there to dry. We've also done the springs, not that they'll stay looking like that, but we might as well start as we mean to go on. And the main shaft as well, I'm painted the ends of it just so it looks black, and then we'll clean up the middle, grease it, and we'll yeah, we'll let them dry, and we'll see about getting them back on. Slowly but surely we are beginning to get this bike assembled. Cheers everyone, catch you later. Good morning everybody, and welcome back to Bertie Budget channel. Last time I filmed, I think I painted up and cleaned the main stand, and it has been something like 10 days since I've done that. I know it's straight away for you guys. It is down there, it has 10 days to dry, so hopefully it should be cured, shall we say. I've got the frame, too early in the morning, I'm not awake yet. I've got the frame there upside down, and we're going to dry fit the stand in a minute, and we're going to resolve one or two little issues and get that fitted. Now, why 10 days? Well, there's been a lot going on at Budget Towers, which means I've not been able to get out and do anything on the bike. Hopefully we can get some footage put together today and resume. But yeah, lots and lots going on. That weather also being one of those things. So anyway, look, we are gonna, let me just drop the legs on this stand. I know it's shit filming angle, but there we go. Pop you guys down there. Yeah, we're going to try and fit this stand and make a start on getting this, what is it, a Zontes Tiger. Yeah, or it's going to be a Zontes Tiger one day. So losing the plot here. because I've lost the pin that goes through the stand. Oh, it's up here. Come on, Bodget, sort your life out. Right, that in there. Yeah, it does need greasing, but I'm just dry fitting it for the time being. Very shortly I'll tell you why. So, yeah, that works. Now, what the issue I've got is, and I don't know how easy it's going to be to show you, but on this, get the legs tangled up here, just there, where that hole is in the centre stand, there should be a rubber pad that goes on there, so that when the stand is folded up, it's not hitting metal on metal as it is now. And it's got some sort of cushion. Although going the other way, it hits metal on metal anyway, so yeah, I don't know what the issue is. Anyway, the rubber pad is knackered, it's crumbled away. I've tried to buy a new one, they just do not exist, so I'm going to try and come up with some way of getting a rubber pad on there. And my ridiculously stupid idea that I've come up with, a doorstop. I might need to shape it and cut it down, but I'm kind of thinking if I fix that to that, yeah, I have got to cut it down a fair bit, but that potentially could work. That's one idea. The other idea I've got is, well, I haven't got another idea to be honest with you, metal on metal I suppose, but yeah, anyway, so what I need to do is cut that down considerably so that yeah, so that does what it's supposed to do. Let me just have a play around with that, guys, and then I'll come back and see if we've come up with a decent solution. Cheers. Right, so what did I come up with? Not a lot. This door stop that I was going to use, I cut it down and it weren't good enough. It's a complete and utter bodge, so not going there. So I bodged it a different way, hence Bertie Bodget, you'll notice. Anyway, that's the original rubber, and all I've done is super glued it on. The tape there is just to hold it while it goes off. Don't expect that to hold, but I have got some 2-part epoxy glue on order, so when that comes I will glue that on properly and see how we go from there. But for now, at least we can continue to get this stand fitted. And to that end, I'm going to pop this pin back out. That'll hold, yeah, right. We'll get a little slather of grease on here. I was talking to someone the other day about copper grease, copper slip grease, and where you should use copper slip grease and where you should use ordinary grease. And the answer, as I have always been taught, and I believe it to be true, is that copper slip grease is for anti-seize, it's for non-moving parts. So back of brake pads, they don't move, bolts that go into engines, things like that, things that don't move, that's where you use copper slip. But for something like this, ordinary grease, job's a good one. There you go. Right, next thing, to get that in properly, let's put the lid on the grease so it'll get full of shite. So we want the washer. Just clean that up a bit. It really ought to wire wheel it really, but can't be asked. So there's the washer that goes on that side, followed by split pins I know I had. So let's get a nice, the biggest one I can possibly get through there, I think. No, I think we can go bigger. Let's try one of these humongous didgeridoo ones, that'll do. So rotate that a bit. Bit too much there, so snip a bit off. Really technical this. Hope you guys are learning a lot. How to put a split pin in, eh? Oh, I only bring you the best stuff. How to put a split pin in, and then how, whilst doing so, making a hash of it. So, there you go. Job's a good one. How many times do I say job's a good one in the average video, I wonder? Right, next thing then is the springs. Now, this is where the swearing and shouting becomes, and where I scratch up all the paintwork that I've done. So there's two of them for some reason. One goes inside the other. And then, should we rotate that round so they're opposites, or am I just making life difficult for myself by doing that? Probably. Now what I don't like, I don't know if you can see that, whether it shows up, but that is at an angle. Oh, I'll tell you why, that's not for that. No, that's alright, ignore what I've just said. This thing I was trying to hook them onto is the spring for the, there. Well, I've got it wrong, I was trying to hook the spring on there, and that's not for the centre stand at all, that's for the side stand, which I'm not going to bother putting on just yet. So, if we hook that through there, and that through there, then we've got to wrestle them onto that pin there. Let the swearing commence. I can probably scratch it up a bit, but I can always blow it over with a rattle can if I do, so let's see how this goes. Go, you bastard! Someone was someone was saying I swear a lot the other day. I think it was Nat Snackajar. I think it might have been Nat himself or Daniel Barnes, I'm not sure, but I don't know what he's on about. I don't swear at all. Right, come on, you bastard! I wonder if it'd help if I got the little one on first. Probably not, but let's try it. Well, that's the little one on. Now the big twat. Yeah, I don't swear. Don't know what they're talking about. I'm sweetness and light. Oh, I've got to figure a way of doing that. Right, to save you lot listening to my blaspheming, fleeming, new word, blaspheming. Let me turn you off, get this spring wrestled on, and I'll come back to you. Right then, after some swearing and language that shouldn't be spoken on a Sunday, because it is Sunday, yeah, it's on. And it works. Look at that. Right, let's get it back up on its feet, on its stand. Now I've got a little bicycle stand here somewhere that I can... Sorry you can't see it, guys, but I've got both hands occupied. So, right, yeah, we're there we go. Sitting up on its main stand. So beginneth the assembly. My grammar is appalling. Of what will become a Zontes Tiger 125. Now the next thing I'd like to do is get the bearing carriers in there, and then we can tear down those front forks, which are in excellent condition. I don't think the ones on the donor bike are too bad either. Let's have a look. But I think the others are slightly better. Yeah, they're usable on the donor bike, but the other ones are better. So we are going to use the very best components that we can. So, I think I'm going to bring that outside actually. Take advantage of this fine winter weather we're currently enjoying. There we go. Yeah, let's get you guys a look at it outside. Yeah. Hopefully that will become a motorcycle in the not too distant future. Right, let's get some bits together and see what I'm going to do next. And once again, we'll come back. Right, I've cleaned up these bearing carriers the best I can. They're not brilliant, I'll be honest with you, but they're all I've got, so we are going to go with what we've got. I'm going to drive these in next. Get you guys back there. I'm back inside so I can do the bottom one on the carpet and not damage the paintwork on the frame. So this is the bottom carrier. Big old socket. Drive her home. You know they're home when you hear a change of tone on the banging. There you go, that's gone solid. So that one's home. Now let's do the top one. And for that I'm going to put it back outside. Right, same procedure. There's the bearing carrier. Big old socket that fits inside it like that. And we'll drive her home. You listen for the change of tone and you know you're home. one's not gone well. Nope, something stopping that one. We'll drive that back out actually, something not right there. Right, let's give that surface a bit of a clean. Just a wire brush on the drill. Right, let's try that again. Right, I'm going to give this a clean up on the wire wheel and try it again. Right, let's go for third attempt. This time I've cleaned it up thoroughly on the wire wheel. I'll give that another cleaning in there, and I've also put some grease around it. So let's see if she will play ball this time. It came out, it's the same one that came out, so not quite sure why it won't go back in again, but here we go. Might be now. I think that is it. Now, the reason I say I think is because, as you can see, that is sticking slightly proud. Now, I can't remember if that's the way it's supposed to be. Without stripping down this one, I'm probably not going to find out. But anyway, we will we'll try and get a torch up the inside and see if I can see whether it's all the way. In the meantime, the other thing I wanted to do is give the poor old thing its identity back. So, put the pot rivets. What have I done with it? There you go. That's its ID tag. Not sure it matters which way round it goes, but that's the way it's going. One. How can those they're slightly out of line, but how can that possibly be? There we go. And she's got her ID back again, so there we go. For my next trick, I probably want to get the yoke stripped off this off these forks here, and I probably want to give that a paint and a clean up as well. So Probably going to do that off camera, but hey, you know, we are making progress. It's slowly coming back to life. Right, I think we'll call it there for the time being, and we'll come back when we've made some progress. Cheers. Right, okay, we've done a bit of stripping down on the other bike, on the donor bike. The reason being, let's bring it into the light so you can see. On this yoke that I had, the top of it seems to have been welded. Now, I don't know if that was a bodge or a lash up or something, or that's how it's out the factory. The other thing I was concerned about, as previously stated, I'm not convinced that that has gone all the way home. So, in order to verify both of those things, I've taken the front end of this apart. As you can see, that one is sticking proud, so that tells me that's how it's meant to be. I can also see that the bearings on this one are in considerably better condition, so we are going to continue on, take that front end off, and we're going to harvest those bearings out of there and use them instead of the ones that I've got, which are, yeah, usable, but hang on, we'll have a look. You know, they're just not very good, are they? You know, if I had to use them, I would have done. But while we are in there, we will also take a look as to whether those carriers are in better condition, and if they are, we'll be removing these ones that I've just put in and replacing them with the better ones. But yeah, I'm going to carry on tearing that front end down and retrieving the parts that we need. Cheers. Right, we have taken the parts we need. I've lost the bearing, but yeah, it'll show up. Yeah, that's the one off the what I originally got with this bike. This is the one off the donor bike. There isn't a lot in it, to be honest with you, but I believe this one is slightly better, and therefore is the one I'm going to go with. The carriers themselves, nothing in it really, so I'm going to leave the ones I've got. They will work. So next job, get that one cleaned up, get some paint on it, and then we can see about getting it fitted to the bike. It's getting a bit dull here, so I don't know if the weather's going to hold off, but we will get done what we can. If not, we'll continue on when we can. Thanks, guys. Right, let's get this together. I was going to paint this, but to be honest, it's in good nick. I don't really think I need to, which means I can get the front end together now. So let's make a start. I must get some more grease, I'm getting low. So we are going to give this bearing a damn good slathering of grease. And these are, they can only go on one way. Right, hang on, it is that way. They're kind of angled slightly, so that can go on there. The top bearing we can get greased up ready. Pop that back in there. Oh, what a load of shite. Right then, so we can feed that yoke up through there. Sure, pop in the top bearing like so. And top bearing carrier, which I've got to try and grease one-handed because I didn't actually think to grease it before I started. But hey, so that's the bearing carrier for the top. Now I will tension this up. Oh bugger. Right, I've got to take that out again because there's a plastic cap that I forgot. Yes, I will tension this up temporarily, but I'm not going to be able to set the bearings properly until I've actually got some weight on them. So that goes on there, that goes on there. Let's get a cloth and just clean that plastic thing up a bit. Should have used the other one really, it's better, but hey, this will do. Who's going to see it in there, eh? Who gives a shit if they do see it in there? Right. Next I need, what do I need? Actually, thinking about it, that's as far as I can go, because the top plate does need a coat of paint. So, yeah, anyway, there you go. It's a little bit more done, isn't it? Let's find that top plate. A sec. Yeah, there it is. Really want to paint that because it's much more on show than the other one, but yeah, that'll fit on top of there, and then we can think about getting the forks in. But I'm going to get that painted, guys, and then I'm probably going to call it a day for today. I know we ain't got a lot done, but yeah, we'll give that a coat of paint. That can dry overnight, and then we can crack on tomorrow. Hopefully think about getting some forks in and a front wheel so she's standing on her own. Then what? Then we might think about an engine actually. Might pull the engine out of that other frame and see about getting that in. But hey, it's getting there, as they keep always, as us YouTubers always say. Yeah, right, thanks guys. I'm going to sign off for now, and we will come back and do some more on this as soon as possible. Cheers.